Crime Think Tank family, welcome back. Today is December the 30th, 2024. We're getting ready to end the 2024 year. Um, we know that time has really been doing its thing. We can't say that, time is flying, and it's not. Time is just doing what time does. We just have to be in that place to know that that's what's happening. So we're getting ready to enter into the 2025 year. And with that understanding, the federal government always provides information on laws that are being repealed, amended, or laws that are being put on the books. And it is important for us to know, as well as state laws are being enacted. And same thing that's happening, repeal, amended, or being put on the books, or, that they're going to change either for the good, and which is based on our citizenship, or it could be for the bad. It depends on where you fall within that parameter, how it measures up with what we got going on in our lives. And so we're going to talk about that today. So stay tuned. I hope everyone is doing well today. Like I said, it's Monday, December the 30th, 2024. A lot of people are preparing for, this celebration to go into this new year. And so I always say that a informed citizen is a wise citizen. Now, y'all, I didn't used to think that when I was younger. Not until I became an informed citizen and an adult that I realized that a lot of the laws that are being put on the books, legislated, or amended or repealed, that they would indirectly and directly impact my life. So today we're going to talk about two federal laws that may or may not impact us, but it's always important for us to know what is happening. And then I'm going to share about four or five laws. I can't remember what I put on that slide, but 4 or 5 laws that impact the state that I live in indirectly or directly. And if you are not in the state of Texas, I strongly encourage you to take, what is being shared today, and go look at the new laws that are being established in your state, because you may find that they directly impact you, whether it's personally, professionally, educationally, mentally, even parentally, or even in maritally, or any other area, legally, morally, ethically. They may impact you directly or indirectly. So let's go ahead and get into this real quick. I'm not going to keep you here long. I just want to show these to you. So here's the information why these laws matter for 2025. Now, knowledge is power, number one. This is why these laws are absolutely important. They tackle gun violence, human trafficking, fentanyl, and cybercrime. And knowing the rules of these laws, it means that we stay absolutely informed and we hold others accountable. Who are we really talking about? We're talking about those at the grassroots level, our mayors, our aldermen, our state representatives. So we know who to vote for. What are they putting up for legislature? What are they offering up as a bill? We need to know that. They also prevent costly mistakes. Ignorance can absolutely lead to trouble. We know that. We've seen it in our communities. We've seen it in our educational system, as I said, locally, on the state level, as well as the federal level. It is important to understand the new crime laws that protect you and your community. Thirdly, we have to be a part of the change. There's a saying, be the change that you want to see. If we don't know the information, then we can't effectively be proactive. Awareness is absolutely key. These laws, they affect everyone, as I said, directly or indirectly. And sharing this information with you, it's going to make all the difference for those of you that may not be, aware, or, in that place where, what, maybe, I would do something differently. Maybe I would cast my ballot differently, or maybe I'll start going to my city council meetings. And then lastly, get involved and then get loud. We have to share our thoughts on what this means to us with these laws at work, or do they work? Do they not work? Or is there more that you and I need to do? Let's demand action and solutions together. So this is why we need to know these laws. So on the federal level, the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, it was expanded upon. What this does, it absolutely enhances the community of violence intervention programs, and it strengthens the penalties for straw purchasing of illegal firearms. And what straw purchasing is, some of you know what this means and some of you don't. Someone that wants to purchase a gun, but they have a felony on their record, they are not allowed to be a gun owner. So someone who does not have a felony, we may, as a family member, friend, co-worker, they may come and say, hey, could you purchase this gun for me? You don't want to do that. I've seen several people get federally charged and have to end up in prison, leaving their, their employment, their business, their children, because they have purchased a gun for an individual that was not allowed to have a gun. It does aim at reducing gun violence as well as illicit trafficking, because sometimes people are purchasing guns for people that, of course, they want them for nefarious reasons. The second law that impacts us is updated federal cybersecurity penalties. This new amendment is going to deter computer fraud and the abuse of it. It imposes stricter sentences for individuals involved in cyber crimes, such as the ransomware attacks. And I don't know about you all, but I have seen a lot of ransomware via email, via my cell phone, my laptop. Is right now in the hospital right now because of, I believe, a ransomware attack. It's been on the rise because you have hackers. So it's reflecting the growing threat of cyber crimes. We actually have seen it with the credit bureau system. We've seen it, a lot of us, with our banking system, and it's actually gotten out of hand. So they have enacted stiffer penalties. So now we're going to talk about the state laws for my state of Texas, for that deals with crime. The Texas Human Trafficking and Prevention Task Force has been reformed, and this is the HB 4600 House bill. It's starting January 2025. It's going to strengthen the state's task force, and it's going to give harsher penalties for human trafficking and enhance victim support services. And we know that we absolutely need this. This has been absolutely on the rise. I'm not sure if you all just heard about these two young ladies who have been, they were online, and they actually, one of them was found in a wooded area where the person had dropped them off. They had came in contact with somebody online. And this is just absolutely, the laws need to be stiffened on this, and I'm so glad they have actually created a task force to reform this and giving them harsher penalties, because our children are not safe. Young adults are not safe. The next one is the electronic harassment prevention. This is a big one as well. HB 2364. Cyberbullying, as we see, has gone out of control, and online threats. Laws criminalizing electronic harassment that targets minors, and it includes penalties of up to 1 year in jail for severe offenses. Bullying, as we have seen, since the last, I'm going to say 15 years, it has absolutely escalated. And many of us have seen this with our children, where it has led to just devastating actions where people are unaliving themselves. Young babies are unaliving themselves. For me, I think the penalty should be stiffer than 1 year. However, this is a start. The anti-fentanyl measures, again, that's HB 3908. Again, this is another thing. We know that fentanyl is coming out of China, is coming out of Mexico and other areas. There are stiffer penalties for the manufacture and the distribution of fentanyl. It includes provisions for educational campaigns on drug dangers in school. Absolutely needed. There's another one, the Catalytic Converter Theft Prevention Act, effective 2025. It doesn't give the actual month, but it imposes mandatory record keeping and stricter regulations on the sale, of catalytic converters to combat the rising theft rates. People who are doing this, they're actually, pulling up in neighborhoods and taking the catalytic converter off of people's vehicles right in their driveways, because it yields a very lucrative revenue for them. And so this is a good thing for a lot of people that have been impacted by this, as well as business owners. Lastly, the Juvenile Crime Diversion Program is expanding its previous measures. It provides alternative paths for youth involved in non-violent crimes, aiming to rehabilitate rather than punish. I know we all have a lot of thoughts on all of these laws that I just shared federally, as well as for Texas. I want you all to get in the comments, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's talk about how these laws will impact you. And I thank you so much. This probably is the last posting for this year 2024. And so if I don't see you all until 2025, I pray that you are growing. I pray that you are advancing. I pray that you are living in a way that will build and that will create the fruit of righteousness in your life. If you are a believer in Yeshua, if you are not, here's the invitation. Come on over to the Lord's side. You are welcome. The Lord is waiting for you. Shalom, beloved. Stay blessed.